You've got to ask the question, what's the point? I think the biggest issue with net zero policies is the practicality of having such targets. I'm mostly going to speak from my point of view as I live in the UK. Well, the UK is known for being a bunch of do-gooders in terms of world politics, and we like to be the leading name when it comes to issues like these. So cue the unrealistic targets. Net zero by 2030, cut to now 2050. China is still hitting peaks in their fossil fuel usage with a 0.8 increase this year, despite having their net zero targets set at 2060 and being the largest contributor to the world's CO2 emissions at 30%. A huge gap to the second biggest contributor, the USA, at just 15%. So the issue with net zero policy in the UK is that even if the UK went completely net zero on their contributions, how would that affect the world? The obvious answer is it wouldn't. The UK only makes up 1% of CO2 emissions contributions. And what would be the cost of implementing these changes? Well, it's hard to estimate, but the estimation that is widely out there is 1 to 2 trillion over the course of 30 years. You've got to ask the question, what's the point? If the big dogs in the world aren't going to change their ways, then we're all f***ed anyway, aren't we? So rather than the UK preaching to its own people to fork out tens of thousands on solar panels and push us into the EVs, why don't they use their political platform to coax the main polluters into changing their ways? Because why would they listen? So back to the main point, net zero at its core works, but without proper implementation by the people that matter, it will not change a thing.